What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the RNEWS Evening Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/World News. Humans have now consumed the Earth's natural resources for the year. It's called Overshoot Day. The moment each year when humans have used up more natural resources that the Earth can renew in 12 months. More than a month later than last year. It hasn't been this late in the year for over a decade. Just a few more pandemics and we'll be back on track. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Belarusian museum director who refused to sign false election protocol found dead. Another one. Is this a second guy who refused to sign and then was found dead, or is it the guy from few days ago? This is the same one that's been reposted. I have seen this at least 4 times in the past 4 days. You know what? Good. It's my first time seeing it. Reddit isn't a newspaper. It's very easy to miss a post on a day. In Greece there was an attempted murder on a journalist course according to his words after he survived. It happened cause he didn't take the bribe from some politician. It doesn't look weird to me that in Belarus those things happen almost every month. What's his name so we can remember this man of integrity? May he rest in peace. Greater than a volunteer search group in Belarus has found the body of 29-year-old Konstantin Shishmakov, or Konstantin Shishmakov, the director of a military history museum in Borkavisk, who refused to sign a falsified electoral protocol. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Pope Francis says COVID-19 vaccine must be universal and for all, not just the rich and powerful. Isn't that what it actually really takes for vaccines to work? Yes, I doubt there are any governments that would be fine in rolling out a vaccination program that a noticeable proportion of their population can't afford. Surely it'll be subsidized and possibly free in order for its population to rapidly move away from the crisis and repair what's been broken. Unless you're in a country such as Belarus, Brazil or something, countries with zero concern for the pandemic. USA has entered the chat. The vaccine will be widely available and either super cheap or free in the US. The problem will be the percentage of idiots who refuse to take it. The frick did you think he would say? Frick him, Pope Francis. I am not even Catholic and this comment section is disgusting. Berating about this with zero information and just their hate for an institution. And all this in a world news subreddit where I soup house people like to be informed. Yay, and jail time for pedophiles should be universal and for all. Not just for the working class. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Uplifting News. Update. Georgia student who posted photo of a crowded school hallway no longer suspended. Title should be, after looking like dumbasses school officials try to cover their incompetence. Principal says, wearing a mask is a personal choice, there's no way to mandate it. It's a dress code. A dress code. Give out masks at the front and send kids home if they don't wear them. This isn't rocket science. I don't want to get yelled at by anti-mask parents. But God help some girl if she wears something a boy deems distracting. Oh, sleeves are much more important than masks. The school says there is no way to enforce wearing a mask, but yet they always seem to find a way to enforce dress codes in any school I have seen. And the students are only in this setting for a short period of time between classes, so coronavirus will just stop spreading because it doesn't have time. I don't think so. Yep, at my high school they didn't let anyone through the front door with gang colors, bandanas of any kind, and we needed an ID on a lanyard fully visible. If they can do all that, they can manage masks. Keeping it real. After seeing the picture, I would definitely rather be suspended instead of having COVID-19 since that school clearly doesn't care about their students or faculty's lives. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/News. US Special Forces veteran arrested for passing secrets to Russia. We need a word that means we, but for guys weirdly into Russia. You mean Slavabu? Thank you for the awards, kind to their wishes. How did this guy ever get a security clearance? He's such an obvious person to recruit, it's almost a caricature. Do you know the investigation process for a top-secret clearance? It was 30 pages of questions about my past, the street address of where I lived when I was 10 years old. They wanted contacts for neighbors, co-workers, teachers, etc., and then they send an investigator to talk to each of these contacts in person. If that contact told the investigator a joke or anecdote about you, the investigator will ask you about it, and you need to recount every detail. If anything doesn't match, you get grilled for it. I had been a firefighter before I joined the military and got a clearance. They talked to a guy from my old station. He told them a story about car accident that we had worked together. I had worked dozens of wrecks with that guy. I had no idea which wreck he was asking about, and the investigator just kept telling me to try to remember. I ended up describing the wrong wreck altogether. That guy was talking to me as if I were a spy trying to assassinate the president. If this guy joined with intent of doing this, then it would have been easier than getting in normally. They would know the process and could plan to be on the same page for every answer. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Opinion: I'm a gun-totin Texas Republican, and I'm voting for Biden to preserve the Union. At some point you have to put country over party. After the Senate intelligence report, it's obvious that Trump is Putin's puppet. What Senate intelligence report? Any Republican who gets all of their source materials from Facebook, Instagram. Facebook is like 4chan for old people. Oh, you mean the Senate report that found no collusion or any other illegal things? The same Republicans the next day. It's like when that kid in school who was assigned your group to complete the project, but didn't do jack, and you were pressured to put his name on it. And then he had to give part of the oral presentation and makes it known to everyone that he doesn't know anything about the subject by failing to put together even a single coherent sentence about the subject. Yeah, that's Marco Rubio, Florida man. I never assign group projects because of that kid. I had a teacher who put all of those kids in the same group. It was glorious. Comcast customer service: the origin story. Share this over on r/conservative. It is like stirring up a hive of angry bees rolling on the floor laughing. One of the comments on your thread links to a Breitbart article that legitimately thinks California is trying to secede from the US and start a full-blown civil war. Gotta love the news that Republicans stay up to date with. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show, and I'll see you tomorrow.